What's going on, Josh?
I'm just pricing merch, just helping out here at the store.
Why is the jar here?
Gotta help out those in need,
Josh, this says save Timmy.
Yeah, gotta save Timmy.
Josh, I'm Timmy.
Well, gotta help you out.
No, Josh, this is unacceptable. You are scamming people into donating money at the store.
It's another episode of an hour feature presentation. I'm Josh Sanchez. Have a nice day.
And I'm Carey Williams. F*** you.
A former mobster has a hard time shaking bad habits when he is enrolled in witness protection with an uptight FBI agent. This next film is My Blue Heaven!
My Blue Heaven was released August 17th in 1990 with a budget of $20 million. It went on to earn $6.2 million its opening weekend and grossed $23.6 million overall.
All right, so it did all right. In late 1987, executive producer, screenwriter Nora Ephron presented the concept for My Blue Heaven to actress Goldie Hawn, who initially expressed interest in the role of the district attorney. The project was under development at Warner Brothers with Alan Stewart, when a Writers Guild strike lasting 22 weeks began in March 1988, causing a delay in Ephron's completing the script. In early 1989, Hawn declined the role, but she and her business partner, Anita Silbert, retained their positions as executive producer and producer, respectively. It's pretty interesting.
Originally, Steve Martin was cast to play Barney Coopersmith,
Crazy.
with Arnold Schwarzenegger playing the role of Vinnie Antonelli. Wow.
Yeah.
However, Schwarzenegger was soon thereafter offered the role of Detective John Kimball in Kindergarten Cop and left the production. Failing to find another suitable Vinnie for Martin's Coopersmith, Martin offered to take on the role of Vinnie himself. Producers agreed and then cast Rick Moranis as Coopersmith, who had originally been considered for the role but was unavailable until then.
That is just insane.
It would have been wild.
Yes. The fictional town of Freiburg, California was crafted using various locations including San Luis Obispo, San Diego, Los Angeles, Estacadero, and Paso Robles, California. Some exterior scenes were filmed at Jack Murphy Stadium and the Hotel del Coronado Terrace in San Diego, as well as the entrance of the Escondedero City Hall during post-production. The ending of the story underwent a modification to adopt a kinder, gentler ending.
The story was loosely based on the life of Henry Hill after he went into the witness protection program. Hill was the same man whose story was the basis of Goodfellas in 1990. The film's respective writers, Nicholas Pileggi and Nora Ephron, were husband and wife. Henry Hill was not happy that the film was made because he knew that it was loosely based on his life story.
It's crazy.
It's wild.
At one point, Vinny calls Barney and says he got married, but not to worry, as he didn't marry her under his real name. Oh my God. This actually happened to mobster Henry Hill when he was in the witness protection program in Seattle, when he married his then girlfriend, Shelley. He got drunk and called his lawyer and then told him what had happened, saying exactly what Vinny said in the movie. His lawyer had arranged the marriage to be annulled. It's just crazy. In Sweden, the movie was named How I Taught an FBI Agent How to Dance the Merengue.
Rick Moranis is left-handed. The shoulder holster he wears is for a right-handed person. His gun is inserted upside down to accommodate the switch. This is clearly visible in the first office scene where he and his partner joke about overtime in the FBI.
Oh man. John Travolta was Steve Martin's next choice for the role of Vinny after Arnold Schwarzenegger left the project, but he turned it down to do Look Who's Talking 2 in 1990. However, Julie Bavasso, Vinny's mother, also played Travolta's mother, Flo Monero, in Saturday Night Fever, and been staying alive. That's interesting.
In the motel room, Kirby plays The Goonies 2 on a Nintendo Entertainment System.
Awesome.
But the audio is from the Atari 2600
Pac-Man,
version of Pac-Man. The Atari 2600 Pac-Man sound effects are commonly used to represent the sounds of video games in movies.
I don't know
why mismatch it?
I don't know. Goldie Hawn was originally cast as Hannah Stubbs, and Danny DeVito turned down the role for Vinny.
That might have been pretty cool, too.
Yeah, it would have been really cool. Let's talk about the soundtrack.
It definitely has one that sticks with you.
Yep.
I always get these ones in my head. We have My Blue Heaven, the title song, as performed by Fats Domino. You have Surfin' USA, performed by the Beach Boys. Stranger in Paradise, performed by Tony Bennett. I Can't Help Myself, Sugar Pie Honey Bunch, also known as Sugar Pie Honey Bunch, performed by Billy Hill. The Boy from New York City, which is my favorite one in that scene, performed by the Ad Libs. New York, New York, written by Fred Ebb and John Kander. Take Me Out to the Ball Game, written by Albert Von Tizer and Jack Norworth as Jerry Norworth. And The Star Spangled Banner, performed by the United States Marine Band.
Amazing. Well, let's talk about the cast. First up, we have Steve Martin, who plays Vinny Antonelli. He's in
The Jerk.
The Man with Two Brains, All of Me, Three Amigos, Little Shop of Horrors, Roxanne, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, Dirty Rotten Scoundrels, Parenthood, this movie My Blue Heaven, LA Story, Father of the Bride, House Sitter, Leap of Faith, Mixed Nuts, Father of Bride Part 2, Sergeant Bilko, The Out of Towners, and Bowfinger. Up next we have
Rick Moranis is Barney Coopersmith. He's from SCTV, Strange Brew, Streets of Fire, Ghostbusters, The Wildlife, Brewster's Million, Little Shop of Horrors, Spaceballs, Ghostbusters 2, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, Parenthood, My Blue Heaven, LA Story, Honey, I Blew Up the Kid, Splitting Errors, The Flintstones, Little Giants, Big Bully, Honey, We Shrunk Ourselves.
And this, we have Joan Cusack, who plays Hannah Stubbs, is in 16 Candles, Married to the Mob, Working Girl, My Blue Heaven, Hero, Toys, Adams, Family Values, 9 Months, Gross Point Blank, In and Out, and Toy Story 2.
We have Melanie Mayron as Crystal Ryback. She's in Heartbeats, 30-something. The TV series, and Drop Zone.
And then we have Bill Irwin, who plays Kirby. He's in Popeye, Scenes from the Mall, Hot Shots, and Sister Act 2.
We have the wonderful Carol Kane, who plays Shaldine. Mm-hmm. She's in The Muppet Movie, the Taxi TV series, Transylvania 6500, Jumpin' Jack Flash, The Princess Bride, License to Drive, Scrooged, Joe versus the Volcano, Addams Family Values, Big Bully, Jawbreaker, and The Man on the Moon.
Next up, we have William Hickey, who plays Billy Sparrow. He's in Remo Williams, One Crazy Summer, Pink Cadillac, Puppet Master,
Christmas Vacation,
and The Blasting, Tales from the Dark Side, the movie, The Nightmare Before Christmas, The Jerky Boys, Major Payne, and Mouse Hunt. There he is right there.
We have Deborah Rush as Linda. She's in Big Business, Parents, She-Devil, Family Business, Passed Away, In and Out, and You've Got Mail.
And then next up we have Daniel Stern, who plays William Stubb. It's Diner, Chud, Frankenweenie, Born in East LA, The Wonder Years TV series, Leviathan, Little Monsters, Home Alone, City Slickers, Home Alone 2, Rookie of the Year, City Slickers 2, Bushwhacked, and Celtic Pride.
We have Jesse Bradford as Jamie. He's in Prancers, Hackers, Romeo and Juliet.
And then we have Corey Carrier, who is Tommy, The Witches of Eastwick, Crazy People, The Young Indiana Jones Chronicle TV series, Bushwhacked, and Nixon. And let's talk about the press kit.
Got the nice cover on this one.
Man.
We got the movie poster / movie cover. I love it. And I love the hairdo that Vinny has in this movie. It's so ridiculous. I should have styled mine for it before the start of the episode. And just like always, we'll throw these up on the screen for you as well. But we have the opening announcement story from that. And then we have a nice little packet that says, the Warner Brothers Presents, and it has all the production info and stuff about the cast. We'll throw that up for you. And we have some lovely stills here. We got Barney and Vinny hanging out. Barney seems, trepidatious about hanging out with Vinny there. And This is where he's easing up a little bit as he gets taught the merengue by Vinny.
Man, how I taught an FBI agent
The merengue. And then we have his big goofy smile as he's on the.
Man,
I believe that's when he's testifying at the trial.
The trial, yep.
And then we have Vinny interacting with Hannah Stubbs as she looks at him disgustingly. She is not a fan of Vinny.
Oh man, not at all.
No.
Not at all.
It's a cool little press kit.
Oh man. All right, let's talk about the film. Oh man, I love the music montage or the music intro because it's just that
intro just like you know what movie you're watching the second you hear it.
My blue heaven. I love it. Of course, Barney introduces Vinny and his wife, Linda, to their new life as Todd and Terry. And Vinny gives Barney a fake Social Security number. I love how he's just rattling off numbers.
He's confused. He's worried at first, and then he gets more confident as he throws fake
and
numbers
he's like,
out.
wait, that's one too many numbers.
Take off the 2 or take off the 5.
And then Vinny tries to tip Barney as he's leaving.
You don't tip FBI guys.
It's so great.
I love. She's in it for a short time, but Linda's pretty funny too. She's like, "Get out of my purse!"
Yes,
he's like, "I wasn't in here."
great.
Yes, you were.
Oh my gosh! And then the grocery store scene. Oh my god!
The entire movie, the grocery store movie, is my favorite part overall.
Yes.
Like everything that happens in the grocery store scene is amazing.
Yep. It's
They're playing the boy from New York City the whole time.
Would you like to try vanilla brand oat crunchy?
What do you think?
Have a nice day.
You.
And then he steals the price gun.
It changes all the steaks to
and the
39
kid working
cents.
at the register adds up all these 39-cent price tags, not even noticing the reprice. And it's just like the kid goes, wow.
100.
100.
And Vinny rolls his eyes at him.
Oh my gosh, the store manager stops him and is like, oh, I hope you had a very pleasant shopping experience.
And Vinny gets a little nervous because he thinks he's like going to get hassled for the steaks or something like that.
He's like, oh yeah, if there's anything that, just don't hesitate to let us know.
Well, before he says that, he says, I hope you've had a pleasant shopping experience.
Yes.
And he goes, well, yeah. and then when he asks him if there's something he could do, he's like, or if he could stock for him, he's like, well, arugula.
Oh.
And the manager goes, well, what's
What is
arugula?
that?
And he's like, it's a vegetable.
It's
the overpronunciation,
vegetable.
the bad accent is what I love about Vinny. Those bad accents.
What does he say? He's like, says something, I haven't had arugula in 6 weeks.
Yes.
Is that what it is? Oh my gosh.
It's a vegetable.
Oh my gosh. Then of course Hannah asks his friend Vinny if he drives.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh. The Blue Nova.
He gets picked up for a stolen car.
Yep.
And then she's like, I borrowed it for a friend. He's like, and she's like, well, who is it? I don't know. All I know is his name is Eddie, and he drives a Blue Nova. And she's like, the car you were picked up in was a green Chrysler.
He's like,
well, that explains it. I jump-started the wrong car.
Oh my gosh. And he's like, he's telling her about Thanksgiving. The Thanksgiving.
Because that's where he was on the way
he's
to.
Like, yeah, it's like
Thanksgiving
Thanksgiving is a very big for the Italians. And she's like, you guys don't celebrate. Thanksgiving is an American. It's not. And he's like, well, Thanksgiving is very big in Sicily.
On account of all the Sicilians that came to America and they got kicked out.
Oh my gosh, it's so funny. And it's like,
she's so disgusted with him in every interaction like that.
There's stolen liquor in the back of the car, and then he's like, "You're
I
kidding me!
accidentally borrowed
the wrong car. The
guy stole some liquor earlier today."
Oh my gosh! And he's like, and so like, are you sure? Because the car belongs to a minister. It's like, oh my god. And then
I think he leans forward and he goes, he says, "Are you sure he's a real minister? Because I have a friend that makes a living on being a phony minister." Oh my
gosh, it's amazing, and it's like that whole scene just. It shows you who Vinny is.
He's always got his next lie just queued up.
He is
he
one of
rolls
those.
with it.
He is in his element there.
He's not even like panicked.
And it's like
he just rolls from lie to lie.
Yes, and it's like it's the whole like because she asks him like all right, then how did you jumpstart the car? Where did you learn that? Only criminals. He's
In
like,
the
in the army. And she's like, what do you mean in the army?
The
He's like, I
motor
was in the
pool.
mortar pool, and you can't believe how many times we lose our keys in the mortar. And we can't just stop the army because we lost our keys. We got to jumpstart the... So he's building these lies upon lies.
He talks about getting people to the dialysis machines.
Gosh,
and if he wasn't
so
there,
crazy.
he pretends to tear up
Yes,
almost.
yes.
He's like, you don't understand how many times I had to do that in order to get them to the dialysis machines.
And then, of course, you know, Barney shows up to spring Vinny, telling Hannah, "It's like, look, like, you can't book.
You're
him.
not charging him for anything.
You can't book him. I'm the FBI. He's a part of a bigger case, so you can't book him.
Because it'll reveal where he's at.
I'm
basically.
taking him right now, and it's as he's walking out, he
goodness.
takes the mint, and he puts it in his mouth,
And
she immediately runs. No. Spit it out, and he spits it out.
But
oh my gosh.
I love before he leaves, he says to her, "You're a good-looking girl, except for those army shoes. You ought to get yourself a nice pair of those high heels."
Oh
I think
my
he
gosh.
says they're called stadium pumps or something like that.
Oh my gosh. And as they're leaving and they're walking out, she's arguing with Rick Moranis because she is
by the book.
She is by the book. She is very, very by rule.
She's rigid.
Very rule oriented. And of course, Rick Moranis is trying to do his job, and he's like, I gotta go. Like, and he's also very rigid as well.
He's very dismissive of her, though, because his thing trumps hers, basically.
And he's his own rule follower, and he's got to do his own thing. So they're both very rigid in their own right. And when they're walking out, she says something like, you know, I'm going to get to the bottom of this, whatever. And he says, like, oh, you've probably...
Never been wrong.
Never been wrong.
And she said, once. And then Vinny goes, it's the shoes, right?
It's the shoes. Oh, my gosh. Just, it's such a good line. Oh, my God.
And it's so stupid. But it's just hilarious because that's what he focuses on.
Yep. And, of course, you know, she's kind of, like, preoccupied by a lot of this because she just had a breakup with her husband. And...
she went through a divorce.
She had divorced, and she's got kids, and they're at her place. And so the husband comes to pick up the kids to go, and he
just lets himself
in, and she hates that because, like, this is my house. This isn't your house anymore.
I'm not going to knock at my own house.
She's a little preoccupied with that and the whole thing, and with of course, you know, Steve Martin and Rick Moranis, their characters having to leave the.
She's drinking a little bit while she's cleaning.
And she's cleaning, and they have a pet turtle, and this scene destroyed me as a kid because I loved turtles. And
I think everybody did then
because it was like
everybody wanted a pet turtle.
Yes, I had multiple pet turtles, and
I begged for a pet turtle. They gave me chameleons. I asked for a turtle. I got chameleons.
And this scene was it goes down the drain. Of course, there were no animals harmed.
It's a garbage disposal.
It's a garbage disposal, and so she goes because the turtle is gone. She goes to the store
to get a new turtle.
The turtle.
She runs into Vinny outside of it.
Yes.
And he follows her in.
Yep.
But before they go in, he says, "Nice shoes. Are they new?" Because they're pumps. Yeah. And they broke as she's walking.
Oh, yes.
And she says, "No, these things are old. It's amazing they lasted this long."
Yep, and then Barney is supposed to follow credit card fraud and stolen cards, and it turns out to be Vinny. It turns out to be Vinny. And so they're
trying to catch a new criminal.
Yeah, and it ends up being Vinny, and it's so funny because it's like he's on to so many grifts and so many ways to try to, like,
he's in a new place and he's already into it. He's already looking for his new grifts everywhere.
His new way to make money, and it's like he's in that pet store and he meets somebody.
He hears it. I think he hears his voice, and he takes a look, and it's somebody else.
Yes.
In witness protection.
But he didn't know that the guy was alive. He's like, I thought you were dead.
I think he said he was a pallbearer at his funeral.
Yeah, I was a pallbearer at your funeral. Oh my gosh, it's so funny.
It's Billy Sparrow.
Oh my gosh, it's so funny. And of course, you know, they fly out, and he goes to testify, right? He goes back to, what is it, New York? Is it New York?
Yes.
To New York to testify.
With Barney.
Oh my gosh. And it's like...
As soon as they get to the airport, Vinny is greeted by his, like, entire family.
Yes.
It's not a few people. And Barney's a little flustered because it's a commotion. And, like, you know, they're trying to fly under the radar.
Yep.
They're trying to, like, be aloof to be there. He's under witness protection. And in the middle of it, like, he's excited. He's partially introducing Barney, and all of a sudden the group spreads and they start playing this like Italian music as the mother steps forward, like she's standing there waiting, and Vincenzo, and he's like, Mama, and he says, Barney, don't make my mom see me in these cuffs. Let me go, and he wants to go hug her.
Funny.
And Barney's like, I can't do that, Vinny, and she keeps going, Vincenzo, and he's like, come on, Barney, and he takes the cuffs off, and he goes over to hug, and he introduces him, and he's like, this is Barney Coopersmith, and he says, what does he say he's the inventor of? The rotary
engine.
And the one lady corrects him as to who the actual inventor is. But during the commotion, Barney looks around and Vinny's gone.
And the mom is like, gotcha.
She's like laughing because she's helped grift her son away from the FBI agent.
So funny. And of course, Vinny gets Barney to buy a new suit. He finds him later on. It's like
it's a $1,500 suit.
So it's so funny because they go to buy the suit, and it's like, he sneaks off. He just keeps doing it, sneaking off.
Well, after they buy the suit, they go to the hotel, and Rick's trying to order food.
Yeah.
And Vinny starts bunching up the jacket.
The jacket.
He's like, "What are you doing?" Barney freaks out, and he's like, "I'm wrinkling up your jacket the way you're wrinkling up those pants sitting on the bed in it."
Yes.
And then he goes into this whole thing how he's like, "Don't worry, I'll take him. I'll go get him pressed down in the lobby.
Ordering.
Am I going to need change for that? No, they'll have change down there." He's like, "Order me this and this, and I'll be right back after I press it." He's gone for like 1 minute, and Barney's like, "Oh my God, he ran away again."
He ran away with his clothes.
Yes, he took his pants.
He took his pants and his jacket.
Yes,
and he's like, as soon as he's out the door, he's like, dang it, he's gone. He took my pants, and he goes to open the door, and there's like already a mop handle there, like he's trying to block it closed. It's so funny.
And Vinny's at a bar.
Yep.
And then Barney shows up to get him. What I love whenever he sees Barney, because it's kind of like a bar full of other mafia guys.
There's mobsters. There's all mobsters in there.
He goes, I can't remember the name he uses. It's Fast Louis Vincenzo or something like that. And he's like, he's so fast, he doesn't wear pants or something like that. And like Barney's trying to push back and get him out of there. And like Vinny pulls him aside and gets serious. He's like, look, man, you see those guys over there? They find out you're FBI. We're going to have a problem.
Yep.
So is it going to be sitting in the hotel room or drinking and girls?
Oh man, it's so crazy. So it's drinking and girls.
So he hangs out, and Barney starts to loosen up. He gets some drinks in him. He gets them dancing the merengue. They're like dancing with girls together.
Yep, and it's that whole montage sequence is great. I love that dancing sequence because it's showing him he's loosening up. He's like teaching him how to like relax.
Yes,
because he's rigid.
Uptight.
He's so rigid and strict and by the book. Which he's an FBI agent. He kind of needs to be by the book, but he's loosening up, and it's like, when they finally, that whole thing ends, isn't there like an assassin there or something to try to get him?
There is somebody I believe they open fire at him, and I think that Rick Moranis saves Vinny.
Saves Vinny, yes. He saves
Vinny.
So
like, Vinny's like grateful for him like protecting
him. Yes, and he's like, oh my gosh, you saved my life. I don't touch guns. I never touched them.
Right.
It's like, he's like, oh man. He's like, well, thank you for that. And it's like, they go, when they fly back,
Barney's like emulating Vinny's personality.
Is very chill and laid back.
He's joking with the stewardess.
And it's like he says the joke. What is it? Doesn't he tell him the joke now? It's like, what's the difference between a pregnant lady and a light bulb?
Yeah, you can unscrew a light bulb. He's completely acting out of character.
Yes, and it's one of those things that the joke was said earlier in the movie, and it was said to what's her name,
Hannah.
It was said to
Hannah Stubbs,
and she just was like, didn't get it. It's like, and she's like,
I think she was like disgusted.
Disgusted by it. Yes, and he says the joke, and of course the flight attendant's like, "Oh, that's so funny."
Yes.
And it's one of
He's being really outgoing and emulating Vinny's personality a little bit.
And then of course when they get back, Vinny surprises Hannah and the kids with the limo.
He's trying
to a baseball game.
He noticed there was like a chemistry between Hannah and Barney.
Yes,
because he's basically setting them up.
Yes.
So he's like, come on, we're going to the baseball game. The limo shows up, and the kids are like, "Oh, come on, Mom!" And then they go with him because she gives in to the kids, and they show up, and they're sitting there, and then Barney shows up all of a sudden, and Barney's supposed to go sit next to Hannah, and Vinny goes into the whole thing about telling the kid not to show his wallet. You got to protect that.
Protect your wallet, exactly.
Like, who wants hot dogs?
Yeah,
and
but he's doing the whole thing, and then of course they show the next scene. He's at the grocery store, and that's where
she's dressed a little, scandalous. We'll say
yes.
she's got her tight pants on and stuff.
I love this music here because this music is it's the Vinny music. It's like the very music. But then as soon as they show her, it kind of changes the rhythm and the tempo. It's like this, and then it's like,
yes. He says about her being careful.
Yes.
And he's like, because you get too close to it, you gotta melt all this stuff.
It's so fantastic. And of course he elopes with her.
and he calls, I believe, he wakes Barney up, I'm pretty sure.
I think so, and they're in
Vegas.
And
he's like, we're in Vegas. Hey, I got married.
Don't worry.
What are you talking about? You're already married. He's like,
oh my gosh.
Don't worry. I didn't marry her under my real name.
It's so funny. And of course Barney takes out Hannah.
He pays the band.
Yep. He takes, so this is actually like an FBI, like, it's like an agent party that he's going to, and he takes her with him, and so all his agents are there, and he's retelling the story. He's like, you wouldn't believe.
And then he says,
he called me. He's like, well, and then he says, like, I didn't marry her under my real name,
and they're all
laughing, like, no, he did not. Just
like they don't believe it.
They don't believe him, but he's like, it's true. And then of course he goes up to the band and he's like, dance. You want to dance? He's like, no, I know how to dance. And he tells him to play the merengue, and then this is where he lets loose, and of course he gets her to Hannah to finally let loose as well, and they basically dance the night away.
They make a connection.
And I love the partner, Rick Moranis' partner, because he's
dancing like all the way down the street.
He really, really, really wants to dance. He's got this thing inside of him that he wants to let out.
He's a sad little guy.
Oh my gosh!
Because he says something about getting to drive a fancy car earlier on a
his
steak,
movements.
And he's like, it's the best day of my life.
And like rewatching this like a few weeks ago, and recently I've watched it several times. Just watching him dance,
so
I was just like,
this is so over the top.
This is so ridiculous, so over top, but he is so good.
He does a good job, and he's going everywhere.
Yes, he's going.
It keeps showing him in different locations dancing like that.
It's amazing, of course. And then of course they go back home. They go back to her place.
He's there the next day.
Yes, he's there the next day.
When Daniel Stern's character shows up, the ex-husband,
and he walks in.
And he
Rick
just
Moranis is not having it.
Chucks him out the door, and he's like, "You want to come in here? You ring the damn bell."
Yep. And she's just kind of like,
he's like in the bushes, spits out bushes.
Yeah, and she's just kind of like, yeah. And of course, Vinny gets reintroduced to all the other people that are in witness protection. And they all meet at like a little Italian restaurant. It's like, is this place any good? They're like, it really isn't. He's like, the one guy says something like, I drove 50 miles to go taste like good like marinara sauce. It's like, was it good? No. And they're reminiscing, and this is funny to me because they're reminiscing and they're all talking about the old days. Hey, I remember this guy was, and then it's like, man, it would be really nice to like be able to do some. And Vinny kind of convinces them to like,
we can start a little crime syndicate
here. So then Vinny, with this crime syndicate, they hijack a truck full of water bottles.
And they're upset. The rest of the crew is upset, and Vinny's like, I see opportunity.
They're like, what are we going to do with these?
The next thing you see, they got one of these slammed on the counter of the ice cream store about raising money for the Little League.
It is so funny.
Building them a new stadium.
Oh my gosh, it's so funny. And it's like they're going around to the stores putting these water jugs.
And he's just loading his car. He puts the new one out. He's loading, and his car is dragging on the ground. Like sparks are flying because there's so many coins in the trunk of his car.
And of course, Hannah has him arrested, accusing him of scamming using this charity.
He gets arrested so many times.
Oh my gosh! And Vinny considers, no, it's not what's happening. It's not what's happening.
The one time she arrests him, he's got like a swordfish in the car.
Yes. It's so funny, and it's like he's like, no, this isn't what's happening. There are two fencers in town that are here to buy stolen goods.
He's going to give her a bigger fish,
yes,
basically.
He's like, look, they're from Canada, And so they're in the hotel.
Buy anything you got.
Buy anything you got. So they decide to have this sting operation with the local cops. And Barney and his partner, they're undercover trying to catch these other guys who are bigger fish, and it's all Vinny.
That's when they're in the hotel room playing Nintendo. Everything that they're undercover for is Vinny.
All Vinny. So they go and they bust into this hotel room, and it's Barney.
And she's like embarrassed by it.
Yeah.
So then she gets really upset.
Because earlier, before too, is like, you know, her and Rick Moranis' character, they're getting closer, and they have this relationship. And Barney, of course, says, "I gotta go work."
She's upset that he's not gonna be around.
I gotta go undercover in this sting. And of course, he's supposed to be gone for several weeks. And he's like, "Well, when are you gonna come back?" He's like, "I really don't know. This sting could last weeks." And lo and behold, he's in the hotel.
And they're all flustered. She's upset.
Oh man, what kind of it's so funny because, you know, they arrest Vinny because he's always the end point to all these strings.
Every crime,
every single road they go down, it's Vinny. So they put him in jail, and Barney visits him in jail. And Barney is distraught when he finds out. It's like he's like, what? It's like. He's in jail. He's like, they got him locked, and it's
Vinny
like,
just opens the jail cell himself because he's gonna use a different bathroom because he doesn't like to use this bathroom.
I like to use the one. He's like, what kind of jail is this? Is there even a guard?
Is there even a guard?
The guard comes out. And
you
says,
okay, Vinny?
He's like, everything okay here, Vinny? And he's like on Vinny's side. Yes. It's so funny.
Everybody accommodates Vinny.
Oh my gosh! And Vinny goes to trial, and Hannah argues that he's a menace to the community. And it's like, look. He's trying to say that it's all melodrama. This is just all made up. But he's like, we don't want this kind of person here. He needs to go. And it's like, so during this whole trial, two hitmen.
Right as she's saying, they're not going to be like they're not going to be cartoon assassins that show up. And they're literally coming in the room and she's saying
and they're up there, and then this it's literally a gun battle in the courtroom, and of course the
Vinny's crawling on the ground.
The bailiff officer, who's the female who likes Vinny, of course, she helps. She gets Vinny out, and they get out, and she's like, "Oh, like you got out of here. Take me with you. Take my truck." And it's so funny because she says, "Take my truck. Here, take my gun. Here, take me.
And pretend I'm your hostage."
And it's so funny because when he gets into the truck, she runs around the other side and gets in too.
He gives her a big mooch first, doesn't he?
And it's so funny because she gets in and she scoots all the way over and then puts her head on his shoulder.
She's just funny. Twitter-pated with him.
It's so funny. And of course, he drives out of there so fast, and the rest of the cops chase him, and the hitmen chase him, and they're like, "This is chase," because they don't know where he's going.
No, they're just following.
But he calls and says, "Hey guys," he calls his guys and says, "Hey guys, we need to do something." Like this is before he goes to trial. He's like, "Hey guys, we need to do something." Like, and you don't know what it is, and so he's driving, and he gets to this construction site.
It's the kids' baseball field.
It's the kids' baseball. So he calls his syndicate and says, "Hey guys, we need to build a baseball field."
One of the guys on the equipment's like, "Hey, Vinny," when he gets there.
Yes, and he drives up, and the rest of the police come up, and of course, when they all get out, what's her name? Hannah is out there.
You arranged this.
And then everyone's like, "Oh my gosh, it was real. He really is.
He's really building the stadium.
He's really building the stadium
or ballpark."
And it's so funny because the hitmen show up, and they're there, and Vinny, of course, they have the two guns on him, and Vinny still has the gun.
He takes it, does like a tumble, and shoots both guns out of their hands.
And it's so funny, and it's because that is hilarious because they call him on it, like, "We thought you didn't like using guns." He's like, "I lied."
That's like the first time he admits to lying.
"I lied." It's so funny.
And then it cuts to the opening scene of the ballpark.
Vinny's crew is there.
Everyone. His family, his crew.
Hot dogs, car stereos.
CD players.
They're selling cannolis.
His book. Like How I Got. I think it's called How I Got Here or something like that.
It's so funny. And you see in the front, in the row, Vinny ex-wives are there. And it turns out,
the ex-wives are sitting together too. They're like bantering.
They're sitting there with the two hitmen that were there. It's the two hitmen. The other ex-wives are with the hitmen that were trying to get it.
And then the guard or the police officer that he escaped with she's holding a baby. It's Vinny's baby.
Oh my gosh, it's so funny. And then Vimmy's
the mom
comes and bribes.
She like puts money in the umpire's
Turtles,
pocket.
They're gonna win. They're gonna win. And the Freiburg Turtles, they come out dressed.
Little Vinny suits.
Oh my god.
That's their uniforms. Little Vinny suits.
So funny. Oh my gosh.
And and it ends on the merengue music.
It ends on the merengue music. Yep. And this movie. Just what does this movie mean to you, Gary?
What's wild about this one is when I was a kid, I watched it over and over and over.
Same.
But I didn't enjoy it that much.
Really?
And this is what's funny though, but I kept watching it because I love Steve Martin. I love Rick Moranis. And there was lots of parts I liked, but there was lots of parts I didn't understand the jokes.
I did not.
So when I was a little kid, I was like, there's lots of boring parts.
Yep.
But now as an adult that watches it consistently,
Amazing.
those are the parts I love.
Yep.
Because they were the parts that were over my head as a child.
Yes.
And there was lots of kid parts that I enjoyed, and I still enjoy those parts now.
Yes.
But all those subtle little jokes that I didn't get as a kid that didn't mean anything to me.
They're adult humor.
I was like, this is just boring downtime to me. Yep. And now it's you connect all those dots and I'm like, wow, this is ridiculous.
As a kid, I always thought this movie was just Rick Moranis as an FBI agent who found a mobster who was willing to help him take down the mob. That's 100% what I thought this movie was. I was like, oh, he's taking him away because he's going to help him take... And I never understood the protective custody thing and the trial. I was like, oh, he's testifying. And it's like, oh no, he's in protective custody.
I didn't even realize that he had gotten with the, I must have missed as a child that he had the baby with that lady and stuff. It's just, when you're a kid, your attention span is bad. So I'm playing with my toy over here, watching, you know what I mean, whatever. And I missed all the subtle nuances.
Yep. And of course, your favorite character would be?
It's got to be Vinny.
Vinny
How
is
can it be Vinny? He's the best thing about everything in it.
I love Rick Moranis' character.
He's great too.
I love
Hannah's great.
I love,
They're all great.
As an adult, I love both of their characters. I'm gonna change mine right here on the spot. I love both of their characters because they both play very well these rigid characters, very rigid characters that overcome their rigidness and become
become that persona.
They become these they're a lot more laid back.
Yes.
And I love that.
A little bit of Vinny bleeds out onto them, even though they basically almost resent him at the beginning.
Yep.
Like they both dislike him until they don't dislike him.
Yep. And your favorite actor was
Steve Martin.
Steve Martin.
It's got to be.
Mine was Rick Moranis and Steve Martin.
That cheesy accent, the hair, all of it. Wearing a suit, you know what I mean? And all these scenarios that he shouldn't be. It's amazing. It's just great.
And let's talk about some of the props we got here. I mean,
we have our awesome logo of the thing that my wonderful wife Amy has made for us.
Anything special about any of these?
I have a nice sealed VHS again. I've been kind of a sucker for it lately. When I pick them up, if there's a reasonable price sealed one, I've been grabbing it just to preserve a little hot price, buddy. Just to preserve the originality of the first release of it on video. And we have the DVD, and then again, of course, the Blu-ray. There's no 4K yet, hopefully soon. And we have. I gotta admit, I get your grift now, Josh.
It's a good idea.
It's a nice little side hustle. Yep. I guess you're not really hurting anybody. Maybe we could throw some at charity as well. It doesn't just have to go to your pretend.
I wish there was a seminar we could take to find out more information.
A way to like make a little side money.
Yep.
Thank you all for showing up here at the Freiburg Inn Express conference room by the airport. The people here at the Freiburg Inn Express conference room by the airport have been very accommodating. And without further ado, let us show you our ours.
Alternative
revenue streams.
Vinny's tried and true method. Take Little League games, for example. You got dads and whatnot coming to these Little League games. Why not give them something to gamble about?
Some dads bet on the kids. Some dads bet against them. I never bet against my kid. I taught little Sauce to swing away.
Why let dads bet amongst themselves? We need in on that action.
Bottles.
Got some goober-looking kid or person near you? Snap a picture, slap it on a bottle.
People will put coins in that.
Or if you lack a person or child that exemplifies the goober motif, call it a wishing well.
People be making my wishes come true.
Get ordained as a minister. People just be giving their money away. You can guilt them with that fire and brimstone spiel.
10%.
They can pay you for officiating their weddings.
I love making babies.
Officiate their baby's baptism.
I love tossing water in little babies' faces.
Officiate their funerals.
What a coincidence. I evicted that old man last week.
It's like a circle of life thing. You see where we're going.
I never thought that I would be officiating.
And if you ever get in trouble, just tell them you're a minister.
No one wants to risk damnation over arresting a minister. I'm ordained New Apostolic International Vocational Evangelical. Basically, I'm a Jedi. Well, we would like to show you more of our arse.
Alternative revenue streams. Vinny's tried and true method. But that sound means it's
Time to go!
Is everyone okay? I got a call about a hostage situation. Oh, all right. Let me get you guys untied.
Oh, until the sirens or until the police showed up, I really thought they were on the up and up for once. Those boys, I thought they were turning around.
I don't think those guys are ever going to be doing something.
I don't think they have an up and up anymore.
I don't think those guys are going to be doing anything good. Thank you again for watching another episode of a Now Our Feature presentation where we love to do these 80s and 90s movies. I'm Josh Sanchez, and this is
Carey Williams.
We don't just love these 80s and 90s movies.
We live them.